DOGE is extremely unpopular with Americans, and Tim Walz is telling Democrats to do something, damn it, in response to not only DOGE, but to the Trump administration in general. Let's go ahead and look at this article here from USA Today that talks a little bit about what Tim Walz is doing and saying in response to the current administration. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said he came to Iowa Friday to answer the primal scream coming from Americans demanding that elected officials do more to push back against President Donald Trump's sweeping, norm-defying agenda. There's a responsibility in this time of chaos where elected officials need to hear what people are irritated about, he said. And I would argue that Democratic officials should hear the primal scream that's coming from America, which is, do something, damn it, this is wrong. Organizers said that more than 1,500 people registered to attend the town hall event at Des Moines Roosevelt High School Friday afternoon in the heart of Iowa's 3rd Congressional District. It was Walz's first stop on a tour of swing districts where potentially vulnerable Republicans are not holding public town halls of their own. A town hall is not a performative event, Walz told the crowd. It's an expression of the people's right to petition their government. The RNC recently advised frontline Republicans against holding public town halls in the face of rising anger and protests that have gone viral. U.S. Representative Zach Nunn, who represents Iowa's 3rd Congressional District, has not committed to holding town halls this year. Yeah, the Republican agenda has nothing for working class people. It has nothing for their constituents that is going to benefit or improve their lives in any sort of way whatsoever. The Republicans know this deep down, and this is why they are running scared from their voters in this time, because they know that their agenda is unpopular. They know that as Donald Trump and Elon Musk continue to have their way with the federal government, that it is going to continue to reflect back on local levels with voters being affected by these decisions that the federal government is making, and that the outrage is going to continue to grow as more and more people are affected by what Trump and Musk are doing to the federal government. This is why they have to distract people so often with attacks on LGBTQ people, with nonsense like annexing Greenland. They have to do this in order to keep people distracted from what is actually going down in Washington, because they know that anybody that's not part of the 0.1% of top wealth having people in America is not on board with Musk and Trump's agenda. And this is a moment when the Democratic Party, if they were to step up and be a pure opposition party and have a united front against MAGA and say, we are going to stand with the working people, with the 99% of this country, in standing up against MAGA, standing up against the 1%, and we will not budge a single inch because of how far and apart we are in terms of the agendas of the two parties. And unfortunately, as was demonstrated by 10 Senate Democrats voting with the Republicans to continue a bill that's going to fund the government, we are not seeing that from the Democratic Party in a widespread way, and people are frustrated. People are yearning for leadership in the Democratic Party that is going to stand up against Trump in a way that they feel is adequate and in a way that they feel is representing the vast majority of Americans. And Tim Walz is right on point here. Do something, damn it. Do not stand by and think that we are in a day and age in American politics where decorum and bipartisanship is something that wins the day. It wasn't even that way 10 years ago, right? But seemingly we still have Democrats that are holding on to this idea that the Republican Party can be worked with in some sort of way. And really, that's just not the day and age we're in anymore. The vast majority of Americans realize that. Unfortunately, the leadership in the Democratic Party is not all on the same page. And to look a little bit further at this, at the unpopularity of Donald Trump's agenda, DOGE approval ratings tank with nearly 60% of Americans unhappy, poll finds. This is from the independent.co.uk. A surging portion of American voters are dissatisfied with Elon Musk's DOGE, a new poll has revealed. 60% of registered voters disapprove of how DOGE has dealt with federal government employees amid massive job cuts, reports a fresh Quinnipiac University survey. In addition, 54% of respondents agreed with the statement that DOGE was doing more harm than good to America, with only 36% of respondents supporting the world's richest man's brash measures slashing federal departments. Donald Trump also took a hit, with 53% of those surveyed saying they disapprove of the way the president is handling his job, and 54% disapprove of the way he is handling the economy amid the fraught on-again, off-again trade war and tumbling stock market, the poll found. Trump and Musk do not represent the vast majority of Americans. The federal government plays a key role in many Americans' lives, and reducing that role and reducing funding is a way for Trump and Musk to continue to acquiesce power around themselves and to basically get rid of any checks and balances and any way of their power being diminished and checked. And this is what we're witnessing is a move towards authoritarianism in America over democracy. And we're in a moment where the Democrats need to realize we're not in regular political times. And as Tim Walz said, do something, damn it. Because this is a time when the Democrats could benefit quite a bit politically if they were to adopt a strategy that the vast majority of working people are behind. And I think that the Democrats that do stand up against Trump and do adopt this strategy of being in opposition to Donald Trump, those are the Democrats that are going to continue to have a political livelihood, and the Democrats that don't do so are going to drop off in relevance. And really what we're seeing here is a hopeful death of the current leadership and their style of governing when it comes to standing up to Donald Trump and to MAGA, and a realization that what they're doing is simply not enough, and we need to do more in this day and age.